When we let our differences of opinion get between us, we get distracted and we lose sight of the real problem. That's why it's really important to establish a united front. Stop the arguing and start working together. Initially, family members are often divided in accepting the reality of the situation. Some family members can be more objective, and they clearly see the reality of a serious problem. Others are way too emotionally involved to be able to see the problem as clearly. However, division among the family blocks unity, and you must learn to stand united. And guess what? This division is your teenager's secret weapon. As long as you are distracted by arguing, they can usually figure out how to get what they want. Sometimes the arguing is so tiring that you just give up and give in. Game over. You must come together for the sake of the child. I know that there are conflicts between you and others because I experience the same thing. And I also see it in many of the families that I work with. First of all, I encourage you to resolve your differences away from the children. Conflict only adds much more stress and exasperates the problem. This is one time that teamwork is absolutely essential in all family situations. Perhaps even more important in blended families or families with a single parent. Mutual respect in any situation goes a long, long way. Demonstrating that you respect and value your spouse, your partner, or other allies opens the door to gaining a united front. Instead of holding on to things until you explode, set aside some time to discuss issues, problems, and some possible solutions. Solving differences of opinion is certainly not easy. However, if you approach it in a simple way, you have 3 options to finding unity. First, you can agree on the issue, at least both parties recognizing the problem that is being faced. If no absolute agreement is made, then maybe you can compromise on the next step to take toward solving the problem. And sometimes unity is obtained when a whole new idea or approach is presented that both parties can agree on. A big part of accomplishing the goal of a united front is to stay calm and stop yelling. It's important to keep a cool head and work together. I would imagine that you are dealing with one thing after another, where you are either setting boundaries or issuing consequences all the time. It is much more effective when you can handle this as a united team. You learn to communicate directly, be firm, but yet loving as you deal with this very tough situation. Having a united front is the surest path to healing and recovery for your family. Over the years, I've seen very few families initially approach this problem as a united team. But over time, they all realized that they had to figure out a way to work together. Through working together, families find solutions so that they can come together, not grow more and more apart. And there's a deeper lesson to be learned here as well. This is your oxygen mask moment. When we become willing to work together with our support system, we will suddenly realize that we don't have to have all the answers. We don't have to be right. We discover that we are not alone. And we suddenly realize that together we can do what we could not do by ourselves. Drug use left unchecked gets progressively worse, never better. Severe drug use is a fatal disease. I'm sure I do not have to remind you of the overdose epidemic that we are having in this country. It is in the news almost every day. The single most important message in this segment is that a united front saves lives. So we encourage you to stop arguing and start working together. Your child's life depends on it.